For 20 years, I worked a job I absolutely hated. But I did it because that's what you do when you have a family and you want to provide them a good life. I wanted to be something, to have the nice things, to make everyone proud. 16-hour days, stress, pressure, repeat. And then one day, everything stopped. Literally. I was driving at work when a truck crossed the median and hit me head on. And just like that, my world changed. This is the story of how God took what broke me mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually and used it to build a life I never could have imagined or planned.
Welcome to the Thrive by Grace podcast, a space for faith-driven women who long to rise above the noise, grow in their true identity, and build lives filled with purpose and freedom. Your host, Tina, knows what it's like to walk through storms and still believe for more. That's why here, the conversation is about faith, family, and living a life that thrives, not by striving, but by God's grace. If you're ready to be encouraged, equipped, and empowered to step boldly into your calling, then you've found your place. Now, let's dive in.
I remember the sound first. Metal crunching, glass breaking, my body hitting the seatbelt. I remember thinking, okay, God, this is it. When I woke up, everything hurt. And over the next months, surgeries, pain, rehab, I learned that my body wasn't the only thing that needed healing. My mind was broken too. I couldn't remember things. I mixed up my words. Still do. I'd tell my husband, "Can you put this dirty towel in the stove?" And just laughed through the frustration because if I didn't laugh, I'd cry. I wasn't the same woman anymore. Not at work, not as a mom, not even in my own skin. And honestly, I hated it. It wasn't just physical pain, it was emotional and spiritual too. I screamed at God. I begged Him to just make it all stop. The pain, the fear, the panic attacks, the memories that wouldn't leave me alone. PTSD and anxiety hit me like waves, and for a long time I wondered, why me? I wasn't just lost, I was gone. But somewhere in that darkness, something changed. I stopped trying to get back to who I was and started asking, God, who am I now? Because maybe, just maybe, the woman I used to be wasn't who I was meant to stay. You know what's wild? Before the accident, when I was working those long 16-hour days, constantly stressed about money, dinner, and keeping up, I used to pray, God, I just need rest. I just want to find myself again. I just want more time with my family. I want to be able to serve more in church. Well, He answered, just not in the way I pictured. I lost my career, my control, my strength, and I found peace, purpose, and presence. Because when I finally stopped running, God finally got me still enough to heal. It wasn't how I wanted rest to come, of course, but it was exactly how I needed it. Today, we're doing better financially than we ever were when I was working myself into the ground. We have a home, we have a loving church family, and I get to do something I never had time for before. Helping my parents, my children, and play with my grandkids. Those grandkids don't care if I forget my words or mix things up. They just know that Nana's here, and that's enough. I still have bad days. My body still aches. Sometimes my mind still races or blanks out completely. But now I know those moments don't define me. God's mercy does. There's one verse that has carried me through every dark night and every panic attack since that day. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Even when I couldn't remember where I was, God remembered who I was. Even when I felt forgotten, He was forming something new. He had a plan, not to break me, but to build me differently. And that's what He's doing in you too. Friend, if you're walking through something right now that feels like it's taking everything from you, I get it. And I want you to know it's okay to be broken for a while. Healing is not instant. Healing takes time and presence with God. You don't have to rush your comeback. You just have to keep showing up. Because sometimes the biggest miracles don't happen to you, they happen in you. And if you're still breathing, friend, that means God's not finished with you yet.
Thank you for listening to Thrive by Grace podcast. We pray today's episode brought you hope, strength, and practical steps to live out your calling. If you loved what you heard, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this show with a friend who needs encouragement. And don't forget to join our free Thrive by Grace Facebook community, where women grow together in faith and purpose. Until next time, remember this truth: you were made to thrive by His grace.